You thought it was only...
I mean, that was the oldest picture of me ever.
Yes, Chris, we found it on purpose.
Be seen on the back.
Jamie, that shirt looks really nice on you, man. I mean, the shirt I'm wearing in the photo.
Do you have a spare?
Oh my.
We don't.
Okay.
In case you're wondering what I looked like before I went all cybergoth, there you go. That's
Blast from the past.
You look like a 90s boy band member. It's great. Okay. Let's meet our players and their characters. Starting on my right, give us your name, your character's name, their pronouns, and a little bit about where they're at the moment.
Of course, my name is Bex. My pronouns are, I use she, her pronouns. My character's name is Thatchy Moon. They are an orc ranger, very classic orc, very classic ranger, very Lord of the Rings, World of Warcraft, whatever your preferred fantasy element is. They use they, them pronouns. Thatchy started as a middle-aged-ish orc individual and now is quite an old orc individual due to some timey-wimey, magic-y ore stuff or backstory. And they're kind of happy to still be around and kick it at this point, and I am shocked about it. But it's fine, it'll be great.
Naomi.
Hi, I'm Naomi. I use she, her pronouns, and my character is Roberta Risk, war bard, journalist extraordinaire. She is not going to get to do a lot of note-taking this hour, which is sad for her because she's been gathering information this entire time, but she's going to try and not kill everyone by causing a paradox.
You'll see what that
We'll
means
see
in a
in a
minute.
second.
Is she, her as well?
She is she, her.
Yep. Jimmy.
Sorry, I'm just making Chris uncomfortable with your face on my back.
From the back.
It's a really good photo, I like it.
Yeah.
I took this photo.
It's not bad. Hi, I'm Jamie. I am a he/him, and my character will also be a he/him. Sadly, it is not the fan favorite Barksby. It is Yandu. That's Yandu. He is legally distinct. Please don't sue me. He's having a hard time.
If you speak Hindi, then try not to think too much.
What?
Very close to a swear word in Hindi. So.
These. Yeah.
Sorry. I am a air genasi, so an air genie person thing, and I'm a cleric, so I help people not die. Yeah.
Helpful, is he?
Okay. And Vivek.
Sitting on the far left, my name is Vivek. He/him pronouns, same as my character. My character's name is Markson Ingot, or Marks, and he is a dwarf barbarian. So just imagine Gimli, basically. Yeah, and he joined this revolution. He joined this rebellion to overthrow the bourgeois oppression of the cult, set up the rule of the proletariat, and seize the means of production.
Awesome. Okay, let's jump straight back into it. Yandu is floating mid-air as he's being gripped in a telekinetic ray by the beholder. If you need a reference for a beholder, have a look at Chris's right bicep there. Markson, you were just shaking off the effects of a slow... Yeah, just shaking off the effects of a slow spell as you were chucking javelins up towards the beholder from below. Where were Roberta and Thatchy in this combat before we left it?
I'd have been near other people, probably at the machine. Like, I feel like that's probably where Roberta would be.
Near the machine, but there's a huge melee there, so you'll be trying to work your way through the melee towards the machine, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm quite dexterous.
Okay, cool.
I think Thatchy, in true Ranger style, would be far away shooting things at the beholder and hoping to not get noticed. And by the fact that they haven't done anything, I'm just going to assume they didn't hit any of it. So.
Fantastic, yeah, no worries. Roberta, in that case, can I get a perception check from you, please? And also, Yandu, being high up, you get a perception check as well. Nemo, have we got music going? That's all right. This picture was taken on the way to Basel, but still in London.
I rolled 18.
18, okay, good.
8.
8, okay. Well, Roberta, you see this. The second plate back at the right is being fixed on by the cultists. So this huge tank-like thing that they're going to destroy the player's homeworld with is not quite finished, but the players have forced the hand of the beholder, and so they're just fixing it now on the battlefield. The second plate back on the right, as you watch, you can see that it hides a cog that is connected to the turning mechanism for the wheels, and without it, they're going to really struggle. And
Which
that
I will know because I got a rundown of the machine.
there you are. Oh, of course you did. Yeah.
So I get advantage on things. I'm just reminding everyone.
Okay. As that's the last thing you realise before suddenly everything seems to be moving backwards. You watch as Flair teleports herself out of the internal makes up the machine. Kidmat and Markson are at the back trying to pull the back plate off. What were you doing? What was the last thing you did just before the machine, as it rolled through the destruction and devastation, the end of the battle, is inches away from entering the portal back to your homeland? What was the thing that you did to help stop it?
With my natural 20 understanding of the machine,
Yeah.
because it was a natural 20 that I rolled,
Okay.
I would like to...
I'll give you advantage on attack rolls towards the machine.
Thank you.
How's that?
I want to pull that cog out. That's the last thing.
Okay, so you go up to the plate on the side. Can I get an athletics check with advantage to pull it away? Well, it's not an attack, is it? You've just said you've got a rapier. How are you gonna get it?
I've also got a dagger that I can pry it off with.
If you want to do that, then do that. Okay, so you, with advantage.
That is a 14 plus 8 is 20.
22 does hit. Yes, as you're prying off.
And that's 6.
Doubles.
Yes.
No, it is. I'm telling you, because you're playing the puzzle. So Roberta comes over with her dagger, jams it into the side plate, pops the side plate open, and then begins to fiddle with the gear inside. And you haven't taken it out yet, but you've started to actually grind it. And unfortunately, the machine doesn't need to turn very much anymore. It just needs to go straight on. Thatchy, what were you doing
I imagine that...
as you watch that happen in reverse?
Okay, great. Timey-wimey stuff. I imagine that Thatchy will have already cast both Hunter's Mark and Slayer's Prey in the past, so I'm just going to continue to attack the Beholder using my Hunter's Mark.
The Beholder
Slayer
is
Prey
dead.
damage. Oh, the Beholder's dead. Oh, great. Okay.
As you watch her, if you look over, it's just a pile
Well,
in
then
the
I would
floor.
inevitably move my Hunter's Mark, and I'm just going to try and shoot at
The tank?
The tank, I guess.
Okay, if you want.
Yeah.
Thatchy's arrows bounce off of the armor near your head, Roberta. How much damage did they do? We'll see.
Well, I didn't hit with one because that's a natural one. But the other is a 20.
Roll a dexterity saving throw for me there. Okay.
Plus 17.
17. Okay, yeah. So Roberta, one of the arrows bounces backwards off of the tank next to your head. It almost hit you. You weren't even paying attention because you were popping open that plate. The other arrow, however, did hit.
Yep. So it would be 7 plus 4, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Great, Markson. What are you doing at the back there? You were last we saw you, or first we saw you. You were pulling the plate off at the back there, trying to get to an ore piece that seemed to be powering the tank behind it.
Yeah, so this was just when I saw Kidmat trying to pry the same panel open.
Yes, so you can't be doing the same thing.
Exactly. So before that, I presume I'm just trying to clean up some of the grunts on the side, because the Beholder is now dead apparently. So I'm just trying to clean up all the grunts.
I mean, you can just make an attack on the tank if you want as well, because with a hammer that big.
Fair enough.
Sorry, that's his catchphrase. He's been using it quite a lot.
I've used it twice. Probably for the Communist Manifesto more. So I'm just going to reckless attack the massive tank thing.
That's perfectly fair.
And still raging. Because I was raging last time, so. That is up to 25.
25, yeah, definitely hits.
7.
Okay. And your second attack?
Oh, right. 23.
Yep.
For
10 damage. Cool. So, you watch in reverse as the dent you created pulps back out as you move your hammer backwards. And that brings us to Yandu.
Of course, the spiritual will come back.
Yeah.
For that, we would have obviously, having seen Kimmy before get doused by acid by the big tank on top, we would have been targeting that.
The tank on the top?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is it on the bottom?
The bottom. Is it on the bottom or the tank is on the bottom?
Ah, right, okay. Roll intelligence check.
Sure.
Is that just for us in life in general?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yup. Intelligence. 17.
17. The tank's on the bottom.
I remember that.
I remember that.
Wonderful. The spiritual weapon would go and attack the tank underneath to try and slow its juices.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Roll an attack roll. This might get a little bit wibbly wobbly with us.
25.
25 will hit. Yep.
10. 10 damage.
Okay. And that was your bonus action.
Yeah.
What's Yarn doing?
Should you angle it with the sacred flame underneath?
The sacred flame could come from above to hit the top of it. Yeah. Okay. Try it. Or is that a dex save from me?
This is excellent,
Yeah.
sorry. That's a wasted natural 20.
Well, I rolled an 8, so.
There we go, sacred flame, so that does.
Oh no, wait, I've got a profit. I rolled a 13.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
10, 14, 17.
17. You will watch in reverse as a pillar of fire comes up from the tank and into the ceiling where it was summoned from seemingly nowhere.
Okay.
And then everything begins happening forward again.
We are back in the point in the fight where the Beholder was still alive, and time reverts to the point beforehand as these two time streams move towards each other. Don't make paradoxes! The Beholder still floating above the fight. Kidmat disappeared into the army of people below, Flare hiding behind the portal. However, at this point, time is moving forward again. The two of you where we established you were a second ago. So, top of the battle. Well, the cult and the rebellion are both floundering against each other, trying to do something. They are not really doing anything at this point. The cult seems to have the upper hand slightly, but the rebellion was pushing forward at quite some rate, and it looks like the cult are just managing to hold them back at this point. Jan, what would you like to do?
Not really got that many options being lifted up about horrible monstrosities.
You are currently held mid-air by the telekinesis ray of the Beholder that is trying to float you up closer to it, and its big mouth is right there.
Bonus action, Shield of Faith on me.
Shield of Faith on yourself, totally fine. Cross off the spell slots. They count in both timelines, so
I am well aware.
good.
Oops.
You Shield of Faith yourself, there is a glowing around you, and you have a plus to your armor class.
Yes, and then I will toll the dead on it again.
Told it under the Beholder. Excellent. What's the saving throw?
It is a wisdom.
14.
Does not make.
Told it dead again. Bells ring out alongside this Beholder's head, ringing in its...
That's not so bad.
Does it have ears?
No.
Ear flap hole things. I see no ears.
17.
17
necrotic damage.
Lovely. It's looking like you have severely bothered it. Luckily, it is now its turn.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, the first thing it's going to do is it is on its turn going to start muttering arcane incantations, its eye twisting and spinning in its head. It can stretch time to give itself 2 actions. So, time around it seems to twist, and as time around it seems to twist, it appears to be there and not there simultaneously. It has cast Blink on itself, just so we're all aware. So, Eye Rays come shooting out of it. It's going to fire 6 this round, because it gets 2 actions. Right, Jan, you are floating mid-air above it, and you pissed it off. No, it doesn't actually get 2 actions. It can multi-attack. So, you make 2 wisdom saving throw first, please.
That's a failure.
Cool. You have disadvantage on all 20-sided dice rolls for a minute. You can save at the end of your turn as you feel sickened.
Well, this is not good.
Correct. Roll another wisdom saving throw. The two beams strike out towards you. Yes, he does. 17. The fear ray crosses you, but you are not scared of it yet. Actually, from the back of the room, your arrows tinking off its armour and doing no damage at all. It glares out at you, and two of its beams come shrieking towards you. Can you please make a wisdom saving throw first?
Yep. Hang on, does this count as a monstrosity or
It is indeed an aberration.
would I get advantage from it being my favourite enemy?
Yes.
Great. Please be better. Oh great, one. That's 15.
15. The air around you appears to dim as you realise that you are silenced and cannot cast spells.
Would I, hang on, can I ask though, just very quickly, would I have already hunted marks and stuff like that or not?
If you haven't done it yet, it hasn't happened. You may be causing a paradox if you're not careful.
That's fine.
You need to save.
Did you roll Hunter's Mark damage
On
in
the-
the future?
Yeah, she did.
I have separate notes for past and present Leo.
Good! Because you need to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage because it is your favourite enemy, and pray to God you make it.
Will I get past 10 to
24.
24? Yeah.
The beam strikes out towards you, a black death ray rakes the ground near you, disintegrating and necrotizing the air, but you manage to dodge it very quickly and are not affected by it.
But I am silenced.
You are silenced, that's correct. Roberta, two beams coming shooting towards you. You want.
Rolling for the
It's true. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
10.
10. You are frightened of this creature and cannot get closer to it as a fear ray bounces into your mind. And make a wisdom saving throw. 2 wisdom. I'm sorry.
That's 19.
You are not silenced by it, though.
Thank God!
That was its action. Mark, so what would you like to do? You are no longer slowed.
I'm no longer slowed.
Halfway between you in mid-air, Jan is being held up by the telekinetic ray.
I'm gonna trapeze my way up.
Splendid.
Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Sorry, future reference, when you're held by this, you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Just make a note of that. So I
I
think
already got disadvantage, so it's fine.
oh, yeah, it's just disadvantage, that's
So
true,
is
yeah.
that athletics?
Athletics to try and swing away up to make a melee spell attack against it.
I'm raging.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, with advantage you're raging.
That is a athletics. So that's a 27.
You run, grab Jan's frozen ankle, and use it to swing yourself up, your hammer spinning over your head as you try and make a strike directly down on top of this creature. Go for it.
Okay. Reckless attack. Do I get both attacks?
Yes, you're no longer slow.
That is 27.
Mm-hmm.
16. Oh, yeah, 16.
Cool. Well, the second strike wouldn't have hit anyway, but it doesn't matter. Because as the first strike reaches out towards it, it blinks out of existence. Seemingly in a different time stream for now, as it casts blink on its turn.
Right. How does that work?
It means it can blink in and out of existence on its turn, primarily. Also means it can't use its legendary actions, which is a positive for you guys. Because it's not there. Lovely! So, I'm going to save the flavour that it blinks back into existence, it's still there. It can't do anything. It can't use its legendary actions, because I prefer that. Patchy!
Yes.
What's the plan, Batman?
I can't hunt mark because I'm silenced, but I can still slay a spray because there is no component that doesn't count for magic. So
Absolutely.
Slay a spray.
You slay a spray it, yep.
And then I'm going to roll my attack. I don't get advantage to attack roll against it.
You know you can't hit it, bro.
Why not?
No, because it's blinked.
I'm thinking,
Really quick question.
Yes.
Is it still holding me up?
Yes.
While I'm doing, well, it's in the astral plane.
Yep.
okay, well I can do other things.
Effectively, it is there and not there simultaneously. Because tiny white.
Wibbly wobbly.
Exactly. You can't pass that.
No, I don't. Okay.
Well, do something.
Explain my character. my arrows?
The machine is still there.
Great,
The
I'll
machine.
shoot the machine.
Make a note of this.
No, I've decided to stop taking notes.
Good. I'm just checking! There's a lot going on!
They will both hit, so that's a 27 and a 23.
We'll both hit the machine, don't we?
They do it.
The machine. Roll damage on the machine.
Roll damage.
That's fun.
Great.
That's,
See you guys later.
that's a comedy act.
How much was that?
That is 10, 17, 21.
That's one.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
I've got anything else.
Splendid. Roberta. Hi.
Right, so it's not in existence right now.
Nope.
Right, let's do, gonna take the pen out, gonna hold it up, and gonna mask your wounds. Who's within 30 feet of me?
Yep.
Like, friends.
At the moment, I will say that everyone is in 30 feet of you.
Sick. Right, so.
I'm not going to kill a player who's not here.
Cool, okay.
Okay, so you can add it. They have added it. It's fine.
Plus 5, so that's 22 hit points back.
22 hit points back, everybody. Please note that down if you've taken damage. Add it back up.
That takes me to exactly full health.
Excellent.
Yes!
That's what we want.
You're the one I'm here for, because you're here all day.
Yeah.
Please cross off that spell slot as you cannot use it in the future. Yeah. Right. Lovely. At which point the...
Sorry, I didn't save against silence. Can I do that now?
Yes.
And I wouldn't get it. Would I get advantage?
Why?
So it's a fix, right?
Yes.
Then it's aberration.
Oh, I see. Yes, go for it.
I don't think of...
Nope. Cool. The armor plate over the front lightning whip is being affixed. As you can see, the cult is still working with this machine, trundling forward towards the gigantic battle, and the portal on the far side. They twist and turn and reattach it as you blink, and time is going backwards again in the future.
Time is going backwards in the future. As you what? No, that's exactly what we're doing.
That's exactly what it is.
It's just ridiculous.
Of the stage.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh.
By reading this, I'm in the past.
No.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh god.
Don't make it more complicated than it already
I
is.
want you to be I want you to be stood behind your face. So immediately, what you see is Kidmat struggling to his feet in the midst of the death and the melee and the destruction, and Roberta is still silenced. She really needs to save against. Not Roberta, sorry. Flair is still silenced. She really needs to save against that soon. Roberta, it's your turn. That's why I was thinking that.
Sure. I would like to send.
So the previous thing that you did was pop that plate open.
So I got that plate open. I'm back, but the previous time I sent over to water.
Yes.
Right. So I'm 30 foot back. I am 30 foot back. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt before I reveal something at the machine.
A firebolt.
Yeah, firebolt.
Okay. 3.
That's 25 damage. I'm gonna try and oh, I used the ultimate attack. So.
I was going to say.
No, it won't. That's big. Bad.
Okay. So your firebolt just ricochets off of the side of the tank back into your hand in reverse as you're watching. It never scorched anything.
Presumably is why you then ran up and
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Magically it works.
The paradox is here. We're all fine. Everything's great.
Thatchy, what are you doing? Last thing you, the next thing you do
Yeah,
is
is-
fire 2 arrows at it.
Which is really convenient because I'm going to fire 2 arrows at it.
Okay. And are you going to double down on the fact that you've hunter's marked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Hunter's Mark. I've already said it. If it's Hunter's Mark for the future, it's Hunter's Mark. It's fine.
But you're now in authority to put Hunter's Mark on this turn.
No, but then I wouldn't be able to.
No, she just needs to save against the silence before the midpoint. That's all.
I feel like there's a full beholder there. I think I got time.
It's a good job we got 2 DMs for this, isn't it?
Right. One, that's 12, that won't hit. But the other one is a 27.
27 does hit, yeah.
It's definitely Hunter's Mark, definitely Hunter's Mark. 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage.
Okay. It's now its turn. The lightning whip is going to flash back out at Markson. No, it's a 17 attack roll. Did it hit? Yeah, okay, so you take 18 bludgeoning damage as this chain that is flailing around the top of it there scars across your chest there, and it begins to wrap you around. Huh? Half to 9. But you also take 22 lightning damage, half to 11 lightning damage. Now, anyone else who was within 30 feet of Markson, which is no longer kidnapped, but was it... It is Roberta, not you. Yandu,
I would have been there.
you would have been there.
I think so.
Yep, okay. So I need both of you two to take dexterity saving throws, please.
You think you can still have this advantage?
Absolutely.
If you think you're at this most level, you can note that down. But if you do, paradox.
I can save against signal as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do it.
What did we
Okay.
get?
That's
Roberta.
my plan.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So you take 22 points of lightning damage and
So 17.
22 points of lightning damage as this thick whip wrapped around Markson. In reverse, of course, you see the lightning scarring across you, and that brings us to Markson's turn.
Are we still in the backwards future time stream?
Yes.
Just remember,
When Leo's
Markson.
talking, it's that between.
Just remember, Markson, you've got holy weapon on your thing that I've just lost concentration on because I took damage.
So does that mean I have a holy weapon now?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Holy weapon, holy hammer, basically. I'm gonna smash at this thing again.
Yep, absolutely. As you begin to, it was starting to look really battered, but it is now starting to look a lot better as you're attacking. 22 will hit, yeah.
And how does holy weapon?
You would get you shed light, but you get an extra 2d8 radiant damage on a weapon.
Extra 2d8s.
Yep.
So that's 6 bludgeoning and 8 radiant.
14, okay. Yeah, I am.
Second attack is 17.
17 to hit.
Yeah.
That will not hit. Is that it? Okay, fantastic. As Markson is de-riveting dents in the side of this machine with his hammer, we move over to Jan.
So Jan is he of course next round, last round.
In a minute, the next thing you will do
he
is
does is the exact same thing he does now,
okay.
which is spiritual weapon at the tank,
Yep,
which will not hit,
will not hit. Okay.
and a so it needs to make this.
Sorry, sacred flame. I didn't
Yeah.
hear you. Right. Okay. Yeah. 20 this time.
Oh, no damage. at
No
all,
damage,
which
so-
makes sense.
Yeah, of course, it does make sense. As the which is why you did it again
Yeah, exactly.
in a minute. Absolutely.
Please note that you said you cast Holy Weapon on this weapon, which means if you would have lost concentration on it in the next round, if you do take damage from it, it's impossible to raise the paralysis.
Right.
He had Holy Weapon on, because
Yeah.
he told me he had Holy Weapon on, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
If he had Holy Weapon on, that means that
This round,
Yeah,
you
you
took
can't
damage and
lose
lost concentration on it. If you lose concentration from any damage on the next round, that's a paradox.
Yep.
Just so you're aware!
I think that's back to you, Chris.
And time is going forward again! I wouldn't try it again. Lovely, you are now back in the situation we were in beforehand.
Yeah.
Get to my turn, goddammit.
Jan, it is your turn. The battle is still raging beneath you. Wow, the cult is pushing back, and is starting to push your allies back as well. It doesn't look good, and this may create a paradox of its own. Just so you're aware. In the meantime, Jan, what are you up to? You're still telekinetically held up in the air by the beholder. It is not dragging you any further, it's just restraining you in the air. You're also feeling sickened, which means that you are at this point also getting disadvantage on basically everything.
Okay. I can save on the second in that at the end of my turn, right?
You can save on the. You can use an action to break free of the strength check that would be required to break free of the telekinetic ability, and you can use at the end of your turn you get a free roll to see if you stop being sickened.
Oh, there'll still be telekinetic to the dice.
You can use your action. That would be your whole turn if you did both of those things.
I don't want to break it at the moment.
Okay, so you're currently held in midair. That's fine.
But I would like to hold my action.
Okay.
To hold it dead on this thing when it pops back out.
On its turn?
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, on its turn, it is going to stop blinking out of existence because it has stuff to do, so immediately go for it.
What, just hold it at it?
Yes.
Wisdom save from it then.
You'll save.
I do. What was that Constitution save for the second?
No, yeah?
Yes.
Which is a not great 14.
14. No, you're still sickened, I'm afraid. Okay. But now, because you held your action on its turn when it reappears, you can cast Hold the Death on it. As if the time around it appears to get back into normal.
Excellent. What was its wisdom save?
It's saved at 15.
Which meets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please 15, so it doesn't affect it.
Doesn't
Sorry.
affect it as well.
Told the Dead rings around it, but you timed it slightly wrong because of time. So the time around it is confused, so you didn't quite manage to hit it with your Toll the Dead. Lovely.
Puzzle formats.
I agree. It's going to fire more eye rays. Yay! Who's it going to target? I think it's going to fire 3 of them, and I will choose 7. There we go. Lovely. Jan, you are currently restrained and have disadvantage on saving throws, so can you please make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it got worse.
Oh no!
5.
5. 2, 10, 13, 17. I know. 19 plus 18 is a lot. 37 plus 7 is 44. 2 more.
Oh boy.
44 plus 9 is 53. You take 53 necrotic damage as a beam of black energy pours into you and blackens your very soul. How many hit points do you have left?
Enough.
You haven't gone to 0.
No.
Good.
Really glad I killed you.
A second beam lances out, but this time it is towards Thatchy. Thatchy, can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
That with advantage or no?
Yes, with advantage.
Great.
It is your favourite enemy.
Yay! Thanks, Nick. She's lovely.
No problem.
Constitution.
Yes, please.
What dex?
No,
Okay. Oh, that is bad. 6. No.
you are paralysed, locked in place. The only action you can take on your turn is to end your paralysis. To try to, anyway. And then you have to end the other one as well. Yeah, otherwise it's a paradox.
Right?
Yeah, good.
Sorry, you're gonna make power.
First, I need you to make a dexterity saving
I hope not.
24.
A gun of the death ray rakes across the ground but does not impact you.
That's a child.
Lovely. At which point it does not take any extra actions on its turn watching this unfold, but it has blinked back into existence and is now floating above you. Marks, you tried your swinging attack and you missed, but this time it is back there and you're on the ground. You can try the same again.
I'll try the same again.
Excellent.
What is life like?
Being a
One
what?
fight 20.
Modified 20 again, your athletics check just boom, you manage to swing us off with your hammer in place, and it has accepted that this will happen.
Okay, that's 25 for the first attack, and that is a 26 for the second attack. I'm actually hitting it this time.
It's going to make it quite difficult to do. Hang on.
Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Okay, your first attack, as you swing, is rewound. You have to make the attack again. Come on.
Thomas.
That is 24.
Yeah, still hits. You managed to hit twice. Damn.
Okay.
Yes.
That's 12 damage, 11 damage in the first hit, and 12 damage in the second. Do I still have secret weapon now, or do I only get that next?
No, you don't have it yet.
Yeah, so 24 damage.
24 damage, 2 strikes right into its central eye, and you are damaging the machinery as you hit it, and you get the sense that it might be able to do all the things it used to be able to do. It is not happy. That's it.
Great. I'm going to try and save from the
Paralysis.
paralysis.
You get to roll advantage again because of your made enemy.
Yay! Oh, 17 plus something.
You are no longer paralyzed, you are still silenced.
Great.
This
Is also
No, you can't roll the save at the end of the turn.
I have to use, I use my action. I
Go for
can use my action to break paralysis. Break paralysis. Going to try and break that.
Fine, do both. Fine. Two and a 1 on the dice. Lovely. So that is your turn. Thatchy, Roberta, what would you like to do?
Wisdom save, please.
Point at Chris aggressively.
That is an 8.
Hold monster.
The beholder is held in place. The beholder suddenly is locked in place and cannot move. Use a reaction to try and block the attack. Can't use its counter spell.
Exactly. Thank you for doing that. Yes!
Tactics.
So you can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of each of your turns, and on success it ends. But till then, you're held.
First initiative, so his
For up to a minute, kill him quick.
his
17.
7.
Somehow I don't think we have a minute.
and somehow I think his turn's gonna be before everyone else's
No,
turn.
it's jumping.
No, I get first.
And he's paralyzed. Lovely. That is the entirety.
Wait, does he fall?
Yes?
My reaction is to cast over him.
Actually, no. It's just paralyzed. He doesn't fall. He's still held there. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Fine.
It's just held there. Yeah, still held there. He's paralyzed.
Sorry, because I fall that through before
Yes,
that
you're right,
happens.
I'm sorry. Cool. At which point you watch the cultists. They are still working on the tank moving forward, and one of them is fixing a crystal into the Hellfire engine. And as he does, a shield surrounds it, which it didn't have a shield on when you guys were fighting in the future, did it? No, it didn't, did it? No.
I have to spell magic content.
Maybe that might be a paradox-causing problem?
Right, quick round, guys. Come on, we've got 10 minutes.
Considering the time, I mean, it's up to you.
We'll go as fast as we can. So, let's go. So again, this gem is not in place in the 12 seconds that we've seen of this combat. So just to remind you, the machine will now act differently. So the first person to act is of course Roberta. The next thing you do is to cast firebolt at it and run at it and then pop that plate open with your dagger. You're currently 30 feet away and you were just hit by lightning.
Is the shield up? That just happened or no?
You have to decide, are you going to pop the shield now, or...
Well, that's what I'm at. Is it that? Can I see it there now?
I mean,
At this point,
make
it's up to your choice.
make a call. When was the gem removed? When, like, what happened?
The thing is I can't remove the gem because basically I wanted to spell magic on the shield. That's why.
Okay.
If you cast dispel magic and it removes the shield, then that's what happens.
Yeah, but then no one can say that I should remove the gem.
Doesn't matter if the gem is dispelled.
Because then I've decided the shield got the gem.
But yeah, because the gem is the
And I did.
roll an Arcana check with advantage because you've got the schematics of the machine. Thank you. Well done, Vivek.
Should have picked very well then, guys. insert. Let's know this. Right. Okay, sorry.
How to operate? Yeah.
That's 13.
13. You kind of get the inkling that you're not thinking about using Dispel Magic on the shield.
Okay, so I'll Dispel Magic.
If you want to do that.
No.
Yeah. If you want to do that, absolutely do it. Absolutely. It's up to you.
Oh man.
I'm gonna Dispel Magic.
I'm going to have to press you for a decision. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, okay, so
Maybe.
Probably.
I'm going to cast it at 6th level.
Almost.
6th level Dispel Magic.
Yeah.
So you've used your 6th level spell slot with this.
Okay.
No, you haven't used it anywhere else.
No, she hasn't. And also, the gem is enchanted with a 1st level spell. So would you like to narrate to us how your Dispel Magic appeared in reverse?
It's like, so basically, because it's all writing themed, because she's a writer, I summon like this giant eraser that's like, 3 sizes too big for the gem.
Fantastic.
That means the shield dropped then, which means
The shield drops then, which-
has an AC of 23.
Exactly. Until this point in the battle, it has an AC of 23. Thatchy, what was the thing that happened before Roberta got rid of the shields?
Now, has that shield until this point?
Great, okay, so he's got the shield. The holder's still dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
You better be.
Wait, I said it's not the gem.
Yeah. The gem was powering the shields.
Okay. How far away are you from me right now?
I mean, it's been established that you're within 30 feet of the machine.
I'm
So
further away.
you're
further
further
away.
away.
So I could
At the
get
moment,
to you.
I am next to Mark.
Okay, so the two of them are around the machine, smacking it with melee type things and trying to, in reverse, cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to press you back,
Yeah, that's
sorry.
right. I'm gonna cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on you, but I just guessed I'm gonna get that one. So that is, it's not a lot, sorry, but
That's really not a lot. I'm really sorry. That's worth 8 points of healing. I'm really sorry.
Okay, let's see if we can really quickly run through your rounds, guys.
Okay.
So you were given 8 points of healing back.
Marks?
So this thing has a shield around, so in the meantime, I'm just going to try and clean up the people who are trying to tinker with it.
Okay, they're mostly dead by now.
Basically all
They're
dead.
basically all dead
It's just
by
the machine
now.
rolling forward.
Alright, so I'm going to hit the machine.
Okay.
18.
No, would have hit before the shield.
And 4,
Or after the
that
shield.
hits.
24 does hit, okay.
Remember your 2d8.
What?
Your holy weapon.
Okay. And I'm going to hit this for 6 bludgeoning and 11 sacred.
Okay.
Radiant.
Yeah, I won't, don't worry.
Oh, boy.
Jan?
I, at this point, would have cast Holy Weapon. Before that, I was 30 feet away.
Yes, before that you were 30 feet away. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, and at that point, I also sent my spiritual weapon forward, which is why it was.
Were you 30 feet away near Thatchy? Because that really makes sense for what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can
I
I...
would have been.
You set over when you moved in.
I moved over to
Can I get both of you to have a dexterity saving throw, please?
15.
15 fails. 28 passes, so you take half of all of this.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So,
Good thing I gave you that 8 hit points in 10 minutes.
That's why.
If he's alive.
Guys, the tank fires an almighty thundering cannon out of the side of it towards the two of you, meaning you take 27 points of bludgeoning damage and 13 thunder damage. And
27.
yeah, and Thatchy, you take half that, so you take 13 bludgeoning damage and 7 thunder damage.
So you took 20.
Yeah, so you took a total of 40.
Okay.
Yep.
Would that have that?
I don't know yet. We don't know yet.
On your current hit point total, would that have failed you? That would have failed me at my current total.
Then we just need to make sure we...
Yeah. So the last thing
Yes.
that we see just
Okay.
before the end, the last thing that we see is Jan crumples to the floor and is at the edge of death before Thatchy casts her cure wounds on it. Prescient paradox of Oidal. And that's where we're going to have to end this hour of Adventurers Wanted, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do spread the word on the social medias about us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Twitch. Sorry, we're Adventurers Wanted. And Nemo has been, I don't know how, but they've been live tweeting it. They've been live tweeting it at Adventurers250.
We're both trying real hard. Please forgive us.
Most of you in the room know we have 2 hours left, but if you can't make it back here, you can catch up on Twitch. And
Make it back. It might cause a paradox if you don't.
we also have a Patreon page and a donate button on our website if you do enjoy what we do and you want to support us. We do this every month in London, and we're trying to do free play events to bring D&D to a wider, more inclusive audience. Very quickly, guys, because we do still have time for it. One-line plugs from each of you. Naomi?
I'm going to plug Chloe Masheter because she's great.
Hashtag hire Chloe!
Like, please, like, seriously though, like, I'm not just saying it because she pays me to be here. Like, she is one of the best people to work with. She will get your stuff done. Please hire her.
Okay. Vivek?
So I'm designing a tabletop RPG to convey some of the research for my PhD on environmental ethics. Details about that on my Twitter at Vivek Santayana or on my website vsnt.uk/RPG, Victor Sierra November Tango.uk/RPG.
Great, and we'll have tagged your Twitter in our Twitter, so you can find it that way if you're watching online.
You can also find my Twitter at Bex Foxwood for dank memes and stuff.
Probably the most compelling plug I've heard in Fringe.
You made the dankest Adventurers Wanted.
Yeah, I made a lot of Adventurers Wanted.
Yeah, it's very good. Enjoy Edinburgh. It's a great city.
Yeah.
It is. Thank you very much, guys, and we hope to see you come back. Thank you.